Lesson 3, Section 3, Performing a Playground Inspection. Now that the checklist has been created and you and your designated inspector are ready to go, it's time to start taking a critical look at your play area. The key thing to remember is that you and your designated inspector's job is not to perform a full playground audit, know every standard or guideline, or identify every hazard. Your goal is to call out readily apparent maintenance and safety issues based on the experience and training level of you and your designated inspector. At the start of your inspection, be sure to note the time and day, weather conditions, and other special conditions. Start by focusing on very basic, broad items that impact your play area. Make note that if trash is or is not picked up, if toys and obstructions are located within the safety zones, and if surfacing appears adequate or needs to be repaired. Look at the overall area. Do you see any tripping hazards? Is there anything out of the ordinary or apparent issues since your last inspection? Review the perimeter fencing for any protrusion hazards, loose wire ties, or loose hardware. Take a look at specific play apparatus. It's unlikely you'll see large changes week to week, but if something breaks or becomes loose, it will likely be readily apparent. Make sure you just don't look at the composite play structure or other play elements from a distance. Get close to it, climb on it, touch it, and look for any loose hardware, splinters in the wood, broken plastic, or similar items. Pull on barrier rail panels and guardrails to ensure nothing is loose, and make special note of any issues on or around slide areas. Take a close look at highway areas below slides and swings, access areas, and climbers for surfacing depletion, rips, or delamination of rubber. Remember, falls to the surface constitute the bulk of playground incidents and injuries, so ensuring a proper cushioning surface is a key aspect to keeping your play area safe. If you have swings in your play area, be sure to pay special attention to swing chains and connectors. If you have S-hook connectors between the swing belts and chains, be sure that the metal is not wearing thin and that the hook closure is no thicker than a dime. If belts start to fray, crack, tear, or dry rot, take note and get them replaced as soon as possible. Finally, take a look at the surfacing under or around swings. Surfacing becomes depleted quickly in these areas and must be maintained on a frequent basis. While all play areas vary with regard to size, equipment, and overall layout, your inspection should take note of each piece of playground equipment. Even if your play area has a more natural design, layout, or features, you should still be taking note of the surfacing conditions, proper safety zones, and overall condition of the equipment. You don't need to get into specific tolerances or dimensions. As you go, you may call into question certain aspects of the play area that may seem uncompliant or unsafe. Now, you and your designated inspector can keep a separate list of questions that you can review on a regular basis with your certified playground safety inspector, but don't include these as part of your basic inspection. Once the inspection is complete, be sure to summarize any items that need attention and notate their priority levels so maintenance staff can prioritize their focus areas. Be sure to sign and date the forms so you and everyone knows who performed the inspection and when it occurred. That's it. It's that easy. Before you know it, the inspection process will be just another part of your overall operations program. Now that the field work is done, it's time to log the paperwork and make sure that any of the notated deficiencies are corrected as soon as possible. We'll cover more about this process in the next section. Please take any resources provided in this section and make sure to answer any simple questions before you move on. Thank you.